Persian military units didn't just fight, they struck fear into entire armies with unmatched skill, strategy, and sheer brutality. From Spartans to Finnish Snipers, these warriors toppled empires and earned legendary reputations. Today, we're counting down 7 of the most dangerous military units ever known. And trust me, some of their tactics are almost unbelievable. Number 1. Spartans, masters of discipline and war. Let's start with one of the most feared military units in history, the Spartans. Sparta, in Laconia, southern Greece, rose as a military society around 900 BCE and reached the height of its power between 500 and 300 BCE. Even after their decline following Greece's conquest by Rome in 146 BCE, their legacy as elite warriors endured. These weren't just soldiers, they were raised for war from childhood. Boys as young as 7 entered the agoge, Sparta's brutal training system. They weren't just taught to fight, they were tested to survive, sent into the wilderness with almost nothing. They were forced to hunt or steal, and if caught, punished, not for stealing, but for being caught, teaching stealth, cunning, and fearlessness. By adulthood, Spartan warriors could march 20 miles in full armor carrying a 20 to 25-pound shield, a 9-foot spear, and a short sword, and still maintain deadly formation in battle. Their signature tactic, the phalanx, turned hundreds of soldiers into a moving wall of bronze and spears, almost impossible to break. Their most legendary moment came at the Battle of Thermopylae in 480 BCE, where just 300 Spartans and a few thousand allies held a narrow pass against roughly 100,000 Persians. For 3 days, they inflicted massive casualties and delayed the enemy advance, fighting to the last man. Spartans weren't just warriors, they were living machines of discipline, endurance, and loyalty, capable of surviving anything and making even the largest armies think twice. That's why Spartans remain one of history's deadliest military units. Number 2. Persian Immortals, the king's unstoppable army. Next up are the Persian Immortals, the legendary elite infantry of the Achaemenid Empire, founded by Cyrus the Great around 550 BCE and perfected under Darius I. Their ranks were always exactly 10,000. Any soldier lost was immediately replaced, giving the impression of an unstoppable, immortal force. They served as the king's personal bodyguards and the spearhead of Persia's military campaigns, making them central to the empire's power. Armed with spears, bows, swords, and wicker shields, the Immortals were trained to march over 30 miles a day, fully armed, and fight in perfect formation under the most extreme conditions. They crushed revolts across Egypt and Mesopotamia, and during the siege of Babylon, they maintained order while the city fell in a single day. At the Battle of Thermopylae, they pushed Greek positions with relentless discipline, and even when facing elite Greek hoplites at Plataea in 479 BCE, their cohesion allowed them to hold the line far longer than expected. The Immortals were more than soldiers. They were the embodiment of the Persian Empire itself. Their ability to instantly replenish losses, their unwavering loyalty to the king, and their relentless training made them one of the deadliest and most feared military units in history, striking fear into every enemy from the Mediterranean to the heart of Asia. Number 3. Roman Legionaries, the elite soldiers who built and conquered an empire. Next, we have the Roman Legionaries, the professional heavy infantry that made Rome a superpower. Active from around 509 BCE with the Republic and continuing into the empire until roughly 476 CE in the West, legionaries were the backbone of Rome's military across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Each legion numbered 4,000 to 6,000 men, organized into centuries and cohorts for flexible, coordinated battlefield maneuvers. Legionaries carried the gladius, a short stabbing sword, the pilum, a heavy javelin designed to break enemy shields, and the scutum, a massive rectangular shield that provided protection and cohesion. Training was intense, marching over 20 miles fully armed, drilling complex formations like the testudo and building fortifications, roads, and siege engines. This combination of discipline, endurance, and engineering skill gave Rome an unprecedented strategic edge. In battle, legionaries were deadly versatile. During Julius Caesar's conquest of Gaul, 58 to 50 BCE, they defeated multiple tribes, sometimes facing tens of thousands of warriors at once. At the siege of Alesia in 52 BCE, they built double fortifications, an inner line to trap Vercingetorix, and an outer line to defend against relief forces, defeating a numerically superior enemy through strategy and engineering. Along the empire's frontiers, the Rhine, Danube, and North Africa, they defended Rome with unmatched discipline. Supplemented by elite units like the Praetorian Guard, Roman legionaries combined training, tactical genius, and organization, conquering territories, securing borders, and cementing their place as one of history's most formidable military forces. Number 4. Vikings, masters of the seas and surprise attacks. The Vikings were seafaring warriors from Scandinavia who dominated Europe from the late 8th to 11th century. Far from simple raiders, they were expert navigators, shipbuilders, and tacticians. Their longships with shallow drafts could sail across open seas and navigate narrow rivers, enabling lightning-fast attacks on towns, monasteries, and trade centers. They wielded axes, swords, spears, and round shields, but their true power lay in mobility, coordination, and psychological impact. In 793 CE, their raid on Lindisfarne shocked all of Europe, while campaigns along the Seine and Loire rivers demonstrated their ability to strike, loot, and disappear in hours. They could appear unexpectedly in distant lands, famously reaching as far as Constantinople, where some Vikings even served as elite guards known as the Varangian Guard, thousands of miles from their homeland. Beyond raiding, Vikings established fortified settlements in England, Ireland, and Normandy, adapting local strategies and technology to improve their forces. They could sustain campaigns for months, endure harsh climates, and adjust tactics to new terrains. Their combination of speed, discipline, adaptability, and fearsome reputation made them nearly unstoppable. From terrorizing coastal Europe to serving as elite guards in Byzantium, Vikings were one of the most dangerous and versatile military forces of the medieval world. Number 5. Berserkers, the frightening shock troops of the Viking Age. Following on from the Vikings, we come to the Berserkers, a specialized class of Norse warriors feared across medieval northern Europe. Berserkers weren't a full army, but elite shock troops, usually numbering dozens to a few hundred in a campaign. They were larger than most men of the time, standing 6 to 6'3" tall and weighing 180 to 220 pounds, and known for their frenzied fighting style. In Berserker Gang, they displayed extraordinary strength, ignored pain, and struck fear into enemies. Historical accounts suggest they may have used rituals, chanting, and possibly intoxicants like alcohol or psychoactive mushrooms to enter this state, though psychological conditioning and training were likely the key factors. Armed with axes, swords, spears, and sometimes shields, Berserkers led the most dangerous charges, breaking enemy formations and protecting leaders while inspiring fellow warriors. One of their most famous appearances was at the Battle of Stamford Bridge in 1066, where Norwegian Berserkers spearheaded attacks against King Harold Godwinson's Anglo-Saxon forces. Their ferocity initially routed sections of the English army, sowing chaos and fear, though the Norwegians were ultimately defeated. Berserkers perfectly exemplify the Viking strategy of combining disciplined military units with specialized warriors capable of psychological and physical domination. Their combination of size, ritual, relentless aggression, and battlefield skill made them one of the deadliest and most feared warrior types of the Viking Age. Number 6. Samurai, Japan's elite warrior class. Next, we turn to the samurai, the elite warriors of feudal Japan, rising during the Heian period, 794 to 1185, and remaining influential through the Edo period, 1603 to 1868. Samurai were bound by Bushido, a strict code emphasizing loyalty, honor, and discipline, guiding both battlefield conduct and daily life. From a young age, they trained in multiple martial disciplines: the katana for close combat, the yumi, longbow for ranged attacks, spears, and later firearms, making them highly versatile and adaptable. Samurai achieved remarkable feats in both warfare and strategy. During the Mongol invasions of 1274 and 1281, vastly outnumbered samurai repelled tens of thousands of invaders using disciplined formations, archery volleys, and improvised defenses. Storms, later called kamikaze or divine winds, destroyed much of the Mongol fleet, but the samurai's organization and tenacity were critical in turning the tide. Samurai also dominated internal conflicts such as the Ginpei War, where coordinated cavalry and infantry maneuvers allowed them to conquer rival clans and unify Japan under the Kamakura Shunge, where coordinated cavalry and infantry maneuvers allowed them to conquer rival clans and unify Japan under the Kamakura Shogunate. Beyond combat, samurai were scholars, administrators, and cultural leaders, blending strategy, psychology, and skill. Their legacy includes the defense of Japan against invasions, the unification of warring states, and the creation of a warrior culture revered for centuries. By combining discipline, tactical genius, and personal mastery, samurai were not just feared by warriors, they were architects of Japanese history, achieving feats that would seem impossible to ordinary soldiers. Number 7. Finnish Snipers, the hunters in the snow. Finally, we come to the Finnish Snipers, whose deadly skill turned the Winter War of 1939 to 1940 into a nightmare for the Soviet Union. Outnumbered and outgunned, Finland relied on small, elite marksmen to defend their homeland. The most famous, Simo Häyhä, nicknamed White Death, reportedly killed over 500 Soviet soldiers in less than 100 days, all with a simple bolt-action rifle, no scope, and while surviving sub-zero temperatures. His precision, patience, and ability to disappear into the snowy forests made him almost invisible and terrifying. Finnish snipers operated alone or in tiny teams, using camouflage, snow concealment, and intimate knowledge of the terrain to ambush enemy officers, disrupt troop movements, and spread panic. Every shot was calculated, every position meticulously chosen, allowing a handful of men to slow and demoralize an entire army. They mastered tracking, observation, and enemy psychology, turning the environment itself into a weapon. The Winter War proved that skill, stealth, and strategy could overcome overwhelming numbers. Finnish snipers didn't just fight, they hunted, outthinking and outlasting their enemies. Their tactics influenced modern military doctrine worldwide, showing that a single expert soldier could decisively shape the outcome of a battle. Combining endurance, cunning, and unmatched marksmanship, Finnish snipers became one of history's most lethal and specialized military forces. These legendary warriors show what humans can achieve with skill, strategy, and sheer determination. If you want more incredible military history, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got even more jaw-dropping battles, tactics, and warriors coming your way.